Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome to the first stream of Fallout 4 Legendary Swapper plus random perks. So the Legendary Swapper part of the challenge is essentially the same as when Weirdest Builds did the challenge, with the exception that since I don't have any of the DLCs, all of the weapons which I can possibly get will be weapons such that the ammunition will spawn in the main world. I'm also not permitting the purchase of buyable legendary items such as the spray and pray. For one, because some of them, like the spray and pray, would make that part of the game very easy. And for another, I don't expect to get a weapon that I won't be able to use because of not having any DLCs. On the off chance that I do somehow have that happen, such as, for example, if I get really unlucky and the first legendary enemy gives me a legendary railway rifle, then I can go to certain parts of the game with like legendary weapon spawns just out in the world, to replace what weapon I have. For example, I could get the Gainer. Now, with this legendary weapon swapping thing, if I can words, from consistent drops such as Swan, such as Kellogg, etc. Those do count, and also any legendary weapons from quest rewards such as Righteous Authority also counts. So yeah, and on to the second part. I'm going to be generating a random face as I get through this. But like the things that will be random will be the things that I can make random. So if some quantity exists on a slider, like pulling the nose in and out, I can't randomize that properly, but I can randomize the hair color, skin color, hairstyle, and so on. And that's about it. And also with the random perks means every level I randomly generate a perk, so I don't know what perks I'll be taking beforehand. I'll be generating the special stats randomly as well, and when I get the special book, I'll be generating that point randomly as well. So without further ado, I think I've explained everything. Let's get to it. So to start off with, there's 15 different faces. I'll just quickly set up a face 8. Okay. So yeah, I just quickly set up a Excel file with a like random number generator. So let's pick a random style. Let's first count them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26. So it gets me to 22, that's 26, 25, 24, 23, 22.
Did I mention how much I love your new hairstyle?
Now let's try for the colour. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. So it's 19, so it's 22, 21, 20, 19.
I have the best hairdresser, I swear.
Right, let's pick an eyebrows. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. Okay. There's 8, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Skin color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So it's 1. So all the way to pale.
Hon, you look as good as the day we met.
Sweetie.
Oh, I can actually
You
set
like
the
my nose, right?
value here. Except for prominence
Such
1
a
for
cute
some
nose.
reason. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's 10.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
But we can actually set the percentage on that. 40. There we
Every
go.
time I see that face, I fall in love with you all over again.
So we can set
That
the
looks
lips as
nice.
well. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay. So 9.
Hon, you have such great cheekbones.
So that's this one. And for the percentage, 28. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Neck, we can set the type, so it's 5. So we want 4.
Gorgeous.
And for the percentage, 26. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works.
All right. I think all that's left are the eyes.
Sean totally has your eyes.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50,
Sean
55.
has my eyes.
Okay. 24. So
Such pretty eyes.
it'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 24. So we'll read 4. For the percentage, 65.
That looks nice.
Okay, for the eye color, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 15. 6. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
You do know you've got the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen.
Now this is a fairly normal face. So now that we've done that, let's try to make it a little bit weird.
Yeah, that works.
Just push the jaw in. Push the face out. Push the nose up there. Make it a bit big.
I still got it.
Push that down and out a bit. I'm going to leave the forehead and the ears because you can't actually really see them. Okay, so for the extras, let's first okay, there's a lot of stuff here. So it goes from color 1 to color 5. Yeah, so there's 6 possible variations for each one of these. There's color 1 to color 5, and then there's not having whatever thing is there. Okay, so that one is 5. Which means color 4. Color 5. None. Color 2. Oh, these are 100 from 100%, so that's 1. I wonder if I should have the none option be half. That's good. So that's 28. Okay. It's 39. So this has 22 colors, so let's do a 23-sided die. So that's color 5. Okay. How many colors here? 24. So it's 25. That's color 6. It's also 25, so that's color 9. again, that's 25. Color 3. What stuff is down here? Okay, we're about halfway done. I think if I assume all these have 25 options, then that'll be good to go. So that's none. It's color 3. Color 12. Color 11. This is going to be color 5. Color 5 again. Color 3. Color 10. Color 15. Oh, this is out of 12. Alright then. That's none. Also none. Color 7. Okay. I think the rest of these okay. Yeah, I think for the rest of these, because there's so many, just doing a coin flip will be sufficient. It doesn't seem like a minute variation would be that noticeable. So let's do this. Okay. That's on, off, on, off, 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 on.
Yeah, I like that.
This one is on, 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 off, on, off, on, 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 off, on, off, 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 on, on, off, on, off, 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 on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay.
I swear, you haven't aged a day since our wedding.
Okay. Off, on, 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 off, on, 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 off, 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 on, off, 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 on. That's the last one. On.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay. Now finally for the body. So this will basically just be eyeballed. I can either, yeah, so I'll consider 7 possibilities: full muscle, full large, full thin, half muscle thin, half muscle large, half thin large, and then a portion of all 3. So for the final randomization, it'll be starting off with, okay, so I'm gonna go clockwise from muscular. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we are done. We now have a random face.
Your coffee. 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Thanks, Codsworth. Grognak the Barbarian and the Jungle of the Bat Babies.
Right, so I gotta talk to this guy. Nate!
We should take Codsworth to be serviced.
Is that a
don't you think?
cup for peeing in?
Now, sound.
Codsworth?
I know we were nervous at
Enjoy
first.
your coffee.
I'm glad we got Codsworth.
Okay, so the guy here should be coming up any moment now. Also, the last thing I should point out is just like Weirdest Builds' Legendary Swapper playthrough, before I pick up a particular legendary item, such as a legendary weapon, I can in its stead use anything else.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
Good morning.
Isn't it? You can't begin.
Then I'm glad.
Oh, me too. Now, I'm here today.
Sounds great.
Oh, I just need...
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid. Splendid. Now, let's see.
Okay. I'm going to set up that. For the name, I was originally going to name this character Random Ruby, but I figured it might be cooler to give to give her a sort of random name. Like I'm not going to generate every letter randomly, because that would be a pain and not that fun, and it wouldn't be easy to say either. I'll just generate the first letter of her first name and then give her some adjective. So 26, and it's 11, so that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Nothing's coming to mind, so I'll re-roll. Okay, L, M, N. Nutritious. Okay, this works. Nutritious Nora. Okay. I have just generated my random points. Strength 3, Perception 2, Endurance 5, Charisma 4, Int 2, Agility 5, and then Luck 7. And let's do it.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no prices. Too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Miss Nora, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that maternal affection. It's so good.
Go ahead, honey. I'll be there in a second to help, okay?
Okay.
My boy isn't giving his mother any trouble, is he? Hey, fixed that mobile on his crib the other day. Why don't you give it a spin?
And the mobile will only work for one day.
That's my boy. On his best behavior, just like his dad. Well, most of the time, anyway. Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking...
Yeah, sounds...
Sir, Mum, you should come and see this.
Codsworth? What's wrong?
Followed by yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation. We seem to have lost contact with
What
our
did he
affiliate
say?
stations.
Oh, no.
We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonation.
Well, time to run.
Pennsylvania. My God.
Oh, my God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
Alright, just gotta run through. I'll put down all the stuff.
That's absurd! I am
Not on the
Um,
list. You don't get in.
I'm going in. You can't...
when it loads.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant,
We need to get in.
adult male,
We're on the
adult
list.
female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Right.
Follow me. Come on.
What's
Now,
gonna happen to all those people?
when I was programming the random perk generator, my intention...
Almost there. Is Sean okay?
He's fine. We're gonna be okay. I love you.
Oh my God!
Oh no! Yeah, so I was intending to have the ability to save and load different like sort of save files or persistent files or whatnot. At the moment, that particular feature isn't working properly, so a workaround that I have for the time being
We did it.
is
We made it. We're okay.
is just writing down all the perks I get.
Orderly fashion. No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home. Vault 111. A better future underground. Yes, on the stairs.
Here for you.
Just this way.
Please proceed.
Good. Step over to the table. Take a seat.
You'll need your suit.
Thanks.
Lovely.
What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to
Yeah,
go.
so I'll be writing down my special distribution, my special book thing,
This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
and all the perks I get.
This is one of
So
our
that before the next stream and so on, I'll be able to
Others aren't great, mind you. Oh, we'll be going over
pick back up where I left off.
just a few medical items we have to get through first. Just checking everyone off the list as they come in. Prepared for the future, right?
Alright, Mr. Vault-Tec man.
Hey,
Just this way. Follow me. Just step in here and put your vault.
There we go.
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete.
Procedure complete. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off! This is a very chilly situation. It's sending chills down everybody's spines.
This is the one. Here. Open it.
Ooh, a penny.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here, baby. No, I got him. Don't take me, baby. Don't take me, baby. Don't take me, husband either. No.
Let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic array. Vault residents must vacate immediately.
And we're out.
Come on, come on, come on.
We'll just take his ring so that we can sell it.
I'll find who did this.
Okay.
And I'll get Sean back.
And so one benefit to this particular challenge is that I can just do what I call punching my way out of the vault, essentially. Or I guess using weapons my way out of the vault. It's a weird way of saying it, but also... Oh, actually, I can actually see my inventory like this. Huh. Yeah, so whereas many challenges I do require me to leave the vault without killing anything, this time I can just kill everything on my way out. That'll make this not so much quicker, it'll make it easier, and it'll let me get a bit more food from this vault.
Giant roaches.
And I'll be able to get like these beer bottles and stuff. The coffee cup, the toaster. Okay, that doesn't open. Might as well fill the bottles now. Like, it is actually faster to drink and fill bottles from a sink or a, like, yeah, basically from any sink or water fountain than it is to do it from a water pump. I don't think there's anything in here. So I'll just leave. I think this is one of those bedrooms.
Can't do that.
Yeah, the character just won't sleep. Even if you return here later, you're not able to sleep here for a weird reason. It's like, I still can't sleep here, I gotta keep moving. Even though at that point you might have already finished the game. Anybody else? Anybody else after this? I don't think so. Okay. Hello. Right. And so we can even use this gun for like gun stuff. Use the gun for gun stuff. For gun stuff. For gun stuff. I know there's bullets in here. There's a cigarette pack. I think maybe this was meant to be like an overseer's area. Like you see the overseer's terminal here, but actually that makes sense. This is like the most spacious room. It's connected to the overseer's terminal and the like lock room, the armory. What's in there? Nothing. What's... I feel like there's always a single bobby pin in there. There we go, we saved some bullets. Anybody else? Nope. Let's go back and fill the rest of our bottles. Oh, we only had one. That's interesting. So when the health bar gets about a centimeter away. Right about now. Yeah, close enough. So we got all these red roaches. So that's plenty of meat. And 2 left. 1, 2. Alright. And that's supposed to be a point where you, like, use stealth, I guess. Like, you sneak and then you give them the old one too. We don't need to do that. Okay. Now, funnily enough, if you're not playing on survival mode, the game auto-saves right after this. I don't... Oh, I missed the red roach somewhere. Ah, fuck it. Oh yeah, there's 7 bobby pins. Where were the others? They must have been somewhere.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated. Please stand back.
So it's... Come on. There we go. This is just a little trick that you can use to skip the animation of the door closing and the thing doing its thing. Finished. We don't need to change our special bits or anything like that. For choosing Vault-Tec. I wonder if we're gonna level up or get the special book first. Probably the special book. I suppose if I started off with Int 10, I'd be close to leveling up, or would level up, but there's few because what's it called? Okay, so another thing I've decided is that I'm not going to use throwables. And the reason why is because like, you can't get legendary throwables. So, I don't know. On second thought, I'm not so sure. However, yeah, so here's Sanctuary. Yeah, so we get the special book first. Actually, let's do the speech check.
Codsworth.
Well, of course I... But you see,
He's...
Oh, Mommy, it's been ages since we've had a...
Sean's been kidnapped.
Sean's been...
It's worth...
Doesn't
A bit, that means you're...
And then this.
Worth your act.
I...
Sure.
Huh.
Right.
Stay with me.
Stay with me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Codsworth.
Now, shall we search the neighborhood together?
Sure.
All right.
Round two.
And I'll just let him do that for me. So another thing is, I am permitted to pick up any bobblehead or magazine. In fact, the program that I use specifically accounts for any bobbleheads that I may encounter. Alright, let's do this. So it says charisma. Let's do that. So now I should have charisma 5. Yep. 3, 2, 5, 5. 2, 5, 7. Okay. We have a chef hat. Ugh. The previous challenge we did was one where it took a while to find a chef hat, and now there's one immediately. In the Soul Survivor's home. Clearly somebody had a double life. But like, not the sort of double life that you would expect somebody to hide. It'd be like... Oh. What would it be like? It'd be like... Imagine being married to someone and you hide... You hide like all of... No, you're hiding something from your partner, and then you know your partner catches on to the fact that you're hiding something from them, right? They're like, "Are you cheating on me? Do you have a second family? Am I your beard?" And then after many episodes of shenanigans, whoever has the secret finally is like, "You see, my secret is I'm a chef on Tuesdays." Is that all? Although, maybe that chef hat there makes perfect sense. Right? Because the previous character that I did on stream was I'll save later. The previous character was the Flaming Chef. Right? Let's see, how much of this do I want to boost? 19 to 24. Sure. What about the sights? Oh, we don't need anything for a reflex sight. Oh, we're definitely doing that. And I've reached level 2. And those require perks. Okay, now we do have this. So yeah, let's pick a random perk. Now, just so that it's known, the perk generated can be either one of these down here, or it can be one of these up here. And the program I use does account for things like this, like Rifleman 2 requiring level 9. And it accounts for something like this not being available if I have luck 10, including the bobblehead. So let's do... oh, this is actually pretty good luck. Lone Wanderer. In fact, I actually should write this down. 3, 2, 5, 4, 2, 5, 7. The special book went into Charisma. So I'll put that there. And then the first perk is Lone. Okay. That was actually pretty lucky. We even found some more glue. Nothing in the mirror.
Got it.
Oh, you have some chems. Okay. Now, our luck is probably gonna run out the moment we find the first legendary enemy. Right, like... oh, we can get up onto here. Oh, I did not know that. I knew you could get onto that roof, but not this one. Let's see. I actually won't need that much aluminium because I'm not going to be doing a lot of... well, I'm not going to be doing any... oh yeah, that's... I see Captain's Hat is a good find. In fact, lately I've actually been preferentially using the Sea Captain's Hat rather than... I guess... no, the Sea Captain's Hat is twice as good as that. Yeah, so Sea Captain's Hat gives bonus to endurance, which means extra health.
Miss Nara, your family isn't...
More meat. Yes, as I was saying, the first legendary item is probably going... Oh, red dress. That will be useful-ish later. Not right now, but later. That's novice.
Nice.
Yeah, so the type of weapon that I would expect to get as the first legendary weapon would be something like, for example, a legendary pipe pistol, which would be kind of bad. And I think, but I'm not sure, I think that the actual legendary effect also depends on... I need concrete. Here's some. I think I could, yeah, put it over here. Okay. Yeah, so one of the worst, like one of the low tier legendary effects would be something like a pipe pistol with flaming, maybe, or like relentless. Like relentless can be good, but only if you have high luck. And well, high luck, high agility, which I sort of have, but you know, on top of that, you also want to have a lot of crit perks. Laundered dress. Like you want to have critical banker. You'd want to have better criticals. You'd want to have like Four Leaf Clover, Grim Reaper's Sprint, and so on. Sweater vest and slacks. That's basically the same as the red dress. But the red dress is actually, as far as having charisma, yeah, as far as having charisma from like a main clothing item or something. Or like charisma from a non-legendary item, which probably is a better way of putting it. As far as that goes, the red dress is ideal, not because of the actual stats that it gives you, but it's this house over here. But because it has the same level of like charisma, and this is all the stuff from the thing. Same level of charisma, but that. This can be scrapped, yes? Yes, okay. Yeah, same level of charisma, but it's less weight, so it's like better overall. I'll cook the bloat fly. Nothing else there, okay. And I think there's one last house to loot. Although, have I been inside the Red Roach house properly? Yes. So now all that's left is the bomb house over here. There's like a terminal next to it, a safe, and the safe has a bomb, so I want to be careful. Yeah, right here. First, we disarm the bomb, then the trigger, then we pick the lock. That's typically the safest way to do it. At least.
Sweet.
At least in game, that's the safest way to do it. In real life, I would expect that if you had a trigger mechanism that you could disable, disabling that instead of the bomb itself might actually be safer, but in game, disable the bomb first. Take that because that's good for selling. Now you might think that it's a good idea. Actually, I better do up the weapon first because I do have a bit more blue. Okay, we can get this up to hardened. That gives a bit more damage. We don't need hip fire accuracy. We do want range. That's it. Okay, let's fill up the bottles. So last thing we want to do is pick up all the useful junk items like the screws, the aluminium and stuff, and take that with us. Now, normally it's a good idea to take, like to pick up bullets for the express purpose of selling them. In this challenge, that isn't the case. Although, it's sort of the case, but it isn't. I was going to eat. Give me one of those. There we go. So because I can get yes, basically spring. I don't think I'll need ceramic or cork. Give me this. Oil is useful for some mods. Plastic is probably good. That can be sold. Rubber, I guess, is useful. This definitely. It's just plastic, but I'll take it though. Spring. Okay. And I guess maybe it's possible to get a legendary, what's it called? A legendary What's the weapon? Gatling laser, that's it. I probably don't want to leave my stuff here though. Or if I do, I should actually scrap it down. I hope I have 2 hot plates on me. Do I have... Okay. I must have left behind some circuitry somewhere. I do actually want circuitry. Nice. Yeah, I do actually want circuitry so that I can like do some weapon upgrades, especially on the higher tech weapons. However, the odds of getting not yet. Let's. You can actually do some chem stuff. That's useful. Okay. Let's also put the water on there. Another mint, that's lovely. Got some iguana on a stick. Alright, let's build another buff tats. Like, while buff jet is useful for getting out of sticky situations, if you combine buff tats... Oh. I guess I got lucky and there's concrete in here. Lovely. Let's pick up this. And if I'm gonna send this stuff away, I'll want to scrap it down. Because just like in normal survival mode, having my central base at Hangman's Alley is going to be really useful for me. Especially if I need to swap weapons. So that stuff, I'll keep that. The gland I'll keep because that's a quest. Telephone, toaster. Okay. Now we don't really need to be taking steel with us. Or steel or wood. Aluminium, yes. Circuitry, copper. These. Sure. Okay. We have a water pump in case we get thirsty. I'll drop a save here and then I'll go into the mole rat den. Normally I don't go into the mole rat den because lately in these challenges, when I get to this point, I can't actually... Oh, hello. Yeah, at this point I can't actually kill enemies at all. It's like an adjustable wrench in this somewhere. You out. There you go. Somewhere over here is a gas canister. Alright. So that'll get us like 3 or 4 more oil. Okay, is that 62%? Lovely. Also, we want to take the hide with us. Oh, there's a lot of bottles in here actually. That's decent. Oh, there's nothing in there. Don't need to blow up this. The mole rat has a gold watch, which is lovely. Sneak super slow, which is basically the way to sneak. I wait for the mole rat to... Okay, that was bad aiming. I was hoping to get a headshot, but oh well.
That's it.
A leather left leg already. Nice. You know, sometimes you can like just barely. I guess you have to kick it out of the way. But that's everything. So one thing that will be highly important, like more so than in other challenges. In this challenge it'll be highly important to carry... Let's also take the extra junk. All this definitely. Fuse is okay. You can scrap that. The mole rat teeth we don't want to scrap. Let's see. That we do. Okay. Pick up the items. Cloth, gears, leather, oil. Okay. Now, can we make this pocketed? We need more leather. Oh well. We can at least put it on. That gives us ever so slightly more ability to survive stuff. Now as for the next bit, I think what I'll do is I'll head to the first house, run back and save. Now I might be being overly cautious, but give me the quantum please, thank you. Bobby pin, that's advanced. More bobby pins. Okay. I should also probably fill up the bottles. Oh, how am I doing? Yeah, I'll do that and then I'll save. Now, with the weaponry I have, provided I'm accurate enough with a pistol, I might even have enough ammo remaining to take out the Deathclaw and rescue the Minutemen. Now, as another thing, when I was originally planning the random playthrough, like about a year ago, I was imagining that on top of... Yeah, we got plenty of water. On top of having random perks, I was originally going to have random... Like every level, I would also assign like a random mini challenge. So for example, I might randomly get only use such and such weapon, or only like wear such and such clothing, or it might affect the playthrough. So it might be you are no longer permitted to do the BOS ending or railroad ending or whatever ending with concessions for like making sure that I can actually complete the game. Okay, we have another level. Yeah, so that's another thing that I should probably think about. So actually no. So the way that I'll handle deaths is, for one thing, I am extremely unlikely to get killed with having 2 perk points that I can put into something. right? So the chances are extremely high that between getting one perk point and another perk point, I would have saved already. That said, I guess this is one example where that might not be the case. If I shoot the raiders, get the quest from Preston, I guess it's possible for me to get another level before saving again. But I'll basically just, for the sake of ease, I'll say that random perks will persist on death. So what that means is I'm now going to select a random perk. So if I do this, it says Gunslinger. Wow. Now I swear that I'm not going based on some build. This is actually random. I can't actually show you my computer screen, but I guess I could make the program I have at the moment available and all that. But yeah, this is actually, wow. Right, let's just make sure that I did it. Yes. You know, because I can't quite believe how lucky I am. And also, this isn't the sort of thing where I've like pre-set the seed for like after lots of effort to manipulate the RNG to give me a build. Like all the things are being generated randomly, and the initial seed is my system clock. You know, the standard for random number generation, basically. Ooh, that car moved a bit. Ooh, he got one, I think. There we go. Right in the bottom. Okay.
Hey, up here, on the balcony.
got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please!
I wonder if I should be preferentially... Also... okay, so that doesn't quite get me to a particular level. That's charisma, so I'll take that. And if it wasn't for the leather stuff being lighter than the other stuff, then it would be a good idea to get, like, rather than wearing leather stuff, I'd wear the Raider stuff, and then any and all leather stuff I find, I'd like put it, like, I'd scrap it, like all the leather stuff, and then that leather would go into making the Raider stuff pocketed or deep pocketed, either or. Lovely. Yeah, so I suppose, to reiterate before I save, if I had died there, then when I got back to Concord again, I would get the
Sweet.
Get the gunslinger perk again. It'd be the same thing if it was something much less useful, like lead belly. Because I have endurance 5, I could get lead belly. Alright, that's just a possibility. But now that I've saved, the next thing to do is to head over here. How much reserve do I have? I probably have enough to take on this. Okay, we're going to fall back. Now this is one place where you do want to be sneaky. Actually, it occurred to me that one situation where I would want to change my weapon would be if I happen to get a legendary Fat Man, which isn't common, but it has happened. Okay, we've got a raider up here. Anybody else? Nope, I think the next guy is through here. I think there's 7 enemies in here, but I'm not quite sure. Okay. Right, now I think this is... No, that's just unlocked. Like it's unlocked, but you can't access it from the other side for a weird reason. Okay. No. Fuck. I want the bobby pins. Unless I really have to, I don't want to be hacking computers.
Nice.
I'll pick that up though. The fusion cores are not for power armor. It's just there in the event that I like.
I'm telling you, man, let's just get the hell out of here. We got no reason to hang around and get shot. Stop being such a fucking pansy.
Okay. Take that. And nothing even blew up. Oh, I'll take the leather. And also, it's the same. It's the same idea behind.
Nowhere. We got other shit to deal with. You hear that? I gotta go take a little walk. But I'll be back. And you'll be dead.
Okay. Then they open the door. Into hidden. Fuck.
Nothing there now.
Nothing there now. You guy just got killed. Come and face me. Attaboy. Lovely. Got a tin can there. It is possible for a Nuka Quantum to spawn in here, but it is very unlikely. I hear you, Preston. Wasn't there a dude up here? Yeah, there was. I think it'd be better to just ignore him.
Man, I don't know who you are, but your timing's impeccable. Preston Garvey.
I'm glad to help.
Well, if that's true,
Go on.
Go on.
a month ago there were 20 of us. Yesterday there were 8. Now we're 5.
Sorry.
God damn it. Dang.
One good idea can make all the difference.
Sturgis?
There's a crashed vertibird up on the roof. Old school. Pre-war. Well...
I like it. Minigun.
I know. It can be...
I'll help if I can.
But...
Right.
Look.
I already have it.
Actually...
But I'm not grabbing the thing.
We need help. Yes.
And we get a vault dweller?
So I've already set up.
Stupid jumpsuit. Bleed to death?
Yes.
It's angry.
Tell me. Actually. Because if I do this and put on the militia hat as well, I can get her to tell me.
You're a hero, girl. Just trying to... Aw. Please, tell me what you know.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What is it? Mama...
There we go. Okay. Then gotta put this back on. That 3 and 10, 4 and 2. I think that's better. The right arm. I think it's just leather legs that I have. Put one of those on. There we go. Oh, and the perk. So I just, in the program, put in that I got the bobblehead, the perception bobblehead, which you get from right here. And that's because now that I have it, I can get this perk. So I want this to be available for the thing. Okay. So this is where it's not quite as good. While Lone Wanderer and Gunslinger are both perks I get early on, it now gave me strength +1. In fact, I better write this down. Okay. I mean, even this isn't the worst. Like, it's still an extra 10 carry weight. I'll sneak for a bit. I could take this stuff out and sell it, but the power armor pieces are really heavy. This, I need 8.
Boss, we got somebody up here. Got this. Keep your cool.
And if I ever need 5mm bullets, I can then get like strength 8 for that. I'm pretty yeah, I am extremely certain that that only requires like overall strength. It's not like the perks where to get, say, for example, Idiot Savants, you need to have luck 5, and while that luck can come from just standard points or perk points or bobbleheads or the special book, any luck you have from like clothing or chems or anything like that won't let you get any further luck perks. but I think it's sort of clear. I think what I'll do is I'll awaken the Deathclaw and then let the Deathclaw do everything else. Ideally, I want the Raiders to do as much damage to the Deathclaw as possible. Now I do have a crit. Whoa, shit! Shit! Attack the Deathclaw, you idiot! Okay, I'll let the Raiders finish him off. Or rather, I'll let him finish the Raiders off, because the Raiders are doing more damage to me than he can. He's already thrown the car. And they're like wailing on him. Oh shit, I'm gonna... This might kill me, so I wanna... do this. Whew, okay. That was quite close. Is that the Deathclaw left? I want to see. Gotta run away! Yes! We even already have a pocketed leg. Okay. That's Raider. I also have quite a bit of reserve left. I think some of my reserve comes from me having the buff tats. Wait, isn't there stuff in here? Yeah, there's more jet. Lovely. Alright. This is also Raider. And we have Gristle. Gristle is in pieces. Like the Raider said something like, "What, you want to stay in one piece?" Nah. And that's all of Gristle's. Gristle was everywhere. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
That was a pretty amazing display.
You didn't even see it, Preston. Why, yes.
The feeling's mutual, Preston.
You can never... Listen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, since you say...
All right, Garvey. I'm in.
Oh,
And even though I never put it into the power armor, it's completed.
more to...
Okay. I knew it. Please. That's Rook. Mama Murphy.
Okay, hopefully that's enough for them to leave when I leave. I think after talking to Preston is when you can do it, but... yeah, there we go. I think the point where you can leave is something that's... oh, more goodies. I feel like it's something that's quasi well known to people like speedrunners, but to me, I have no idea. What I do know, however, is I want to save. I'll leave those. I'll leave that flower. I'd rather not awaken the blood bugs. Right, so let's fill the bottles. I think it was only a few. Oh, quite more than that. Oh yeah, because there was some in the one house, some in the other house. Okay. Okay, we could build some Molotovs, but why would we? Scrap some of those. Oop. Okay. Let's drop the other lever. Actually drop that. That was accidentally picked up. The Raider leathers and the road leathers. All of those give 1 leather each. Left, yeah. So that's left leg. May as well scrap the steel. That's pocketed. Right arm, pocketed. Left leg, pocketed. Left arm. There we go, this one. Pocketed. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll actually scrap that because I already have a left leg. But I don't want to scrap the left leg mod. This I could boost, but why? So that grants me up to 190 again. Looks like they would have already killed the blood bugs by now, which is good. So I'll follow them back. Because legendary weapons, legendary enemies also are sort of rare. Like, they're not super duper rare. Because they're sort of rare, to keep this playthrough interesting, I don't want to be doing like one, like using just one weapon for the majority of the game. 3, 4, 5, and 1 for me. Let's pick
I need
this.
to assign someone to this.
Oh, you will.
I need to assign someone to this.
I did forget to pick up those gourds though. Resources, food. Got 1 gourd, 2 melons, and a razor grain. I don't quite think that's enough. Might reach 4. I'll build the rest of the resources for the sanctuary quest now. So there's the other water. It's water, food, defense, and beds, basically. So for the defense, you're basically best off doing something like this. And also, because I'm tired and I'm about to do a quest turn in, I may as well do a full sleep. Okay, let's eat one of these. And one of those, sure. Okay. Hey, Preston.
I'm glad you decided to come with us. I
Yes.
should have listened to Mama. I think we could settle down.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Before?
I lived here.
Damn. You say you were frozen.
Just my son.
Damn. Anyway, I am glad you're here. And I hope you don't mind. I've had word from a subtle. The only chance to start trouble is.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. By the way, if you want to help out around.
Yes! You got another perk. Yeah, with that, but we don't have any more water here. Alright. Armorer. Oh, that's... actually... well, it's sort of useful. I don't think I have much to... yeah, I don't have enough leather. Oh, I could take this all the way down to studded. Yeah. Yeah, let's take that copper and circuitry. In spring, sure, okay.
Hey, do you have a moment? I wanted to thank you for helping us out.
I don't have a moment. So yeah, at some point... oh, I need to talk to Preston about the first step, actually. Hey, yeah, first... oh, it's already given to me. Okay. And it did say 10 Pines Bluff. I'm pretty sure I saw that. So what I'll do is I'll save over here because it's closer. I'll check out... actually, I should check out the surroundings first. You know, just to make sure that there's no the coast looks clear. We've got one. And the other. Okay. Right. So before heading off, let's do one hour. How am I doing on weight? Excellent, actually. So plans. First, go to 10 Pines Bluff, and then Corvega is down here. I'll actually head back to here to save, and then I'll go down via Trash Can Carla, Trash Can Carla and the other people. More leather. Lovely. Though my carry capacity is gradually being filled up with bullets. The earlier I take Hangman's Alley and have a place to put the stuff, put the bullets, the better. Okay, there's thicket. But I guess another thing I should remember is that it is possible to save at 10 Pines Bluff, regardless of what's going on. Because there is a mattress in the settlement area that is, for some reason, sleepable, no matter what. Nothing in the fridge. It's an empty fridge of empty doom. I think if I go straight through, I come across some dogs. I also think there's a rad stag nearby. Oh, it's a iBot. Okay. Yoink. Does this take me to the thing? No, it goes around the old junkyard. I am close-ish though. I also need to keep an eye on what place they send me to. Most of the time, they send me to most of the time they send me to Corvega. If they send me to Walden Pond, then when I enter Walden Pond, I basically, as per the rules of the challenge, I am essentially duty bound to obtain the already got that one. To obtain the, what's it called? Oh, and there's potatoes. I should pick these. Remember to save like a few. Hello, Reddies! Lovely. I don't know what that nuke was. I think I know what that nuke was. I think that was super mutants over there, which sometimes spawn. Got a Deathclaw steak. Got one of those. Some of those. A couple of ribeye. Okay.
Excuse me.
What do you want? We don't need any more trouble around here.
It's okay. I'm with the Minutemen. I'm here to help.
You're with the Minutemen? I didn't really think you fellas still existed. You sent word with one of them passing traders.
Hold on a sec, I gotta check something. Okay. That was a false alarm.
But honestly, I never expected anything to come of it. Most people don't put much stock in them these days. After Quincy. Bad business, that.
We're rebuilding the Minutemen from the ground up. We're the good guys again.
Glad to hear it. No question that things have been worked. There's a raider gang that's been given. We know where they're coming from.
I'll take care of them.
Thanks, friend.
Okay. So that's Corvega. Let's head back to Red Rocket. And while there I can plant the potatoes and complete the Sturgis thing. Lovely. Got us some goodies. There we go. That was mainly for the red stake hide, which is actually quite worth it. I may as well run through here because there's goodies here. I won't be able to do the quest though. And that's because to do the quest I basically need to have...
That's it.
Huh. I basically need to have, like...
Got it.
I need to have Aquagirl for this because it takes a while to find all of the things, and
Nice.
Radex might not last long enough for that. Get some stim pack. I think there is actually goodies over here. Yeah, there's duct tape, jets. I don't particularly need the beer bottle. It is possible for one of these Mirelurks to be legendary, but I think you need to be at a fairly high level for that. Alright, that's all of that. Jump over this. Go around the giant rocks. Hope that there isn't a bear over there. Is there a bear in there? Oh, it's just a red roach. Oh, there's 4 red roaches. Why is this stealing? I mean, probably because it's owned by those guys. Despite the fact that they're having difficulties being alive. Let's just put it as that. Is it worth going in here for stuff? Yeah, sure. There's aluminium, adhesive, Day Tripper, and Excel, so you know, good stuff. There's also plenty of bottles, but I think I have plenty of water for a fair while. There's another aluminium can. I think that's, yeah, I think that's everything down here. Let's head upstairs. More aluminium. Oh, a baseball. That's actually... for someone that needs leather, that's actually pretty good. So we have the 2 XL, the 2 Day Tripper. Let's be sure that we haven't missed anything. Day Tripper, XL, okay. Whoop. Now I don't actually have any idea on where I would use either of that stuff. Right now I have Charisma 5. How much charisma boost do I have? Just the one. Okay. So that would be important for, what's it called, the speech checks for order up. Right, so that by having the speech checks, by getting the speech checks, I can set it up so that both parties live, Wolfgang and Trudy both live. And if that's the case, it's not a major advantage, it's a fairly minor one. But it means that I then have 2 people there that I can sell to. Where's Sturgis? He's inside. Oi, Sturgis! There we go. Come on, just... There we go. Oi, Sturgis.
Sturgis. You willing to do some work?
Yeah.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for start, just make sure there's a workbench over.
Okay.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve what we need.
Okay, I've already done it.
Great.
Hey, Sturgis.
I feel better already. Knowing we have a reliable... I hope if we're gonna...
I'll start planting right away.
Good deal.
Sturgis?
This place is starting to feel like home. Trouble is, what we need is to get some defenses.
Sure. I'm on it.
Okay. You do this.
Sturgis. Thanks for doing that. We'll all sleep better at night knowing.
Thanks for telling me to work on this thing.
It's been a long road. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, feels good.
Yeah, glad to help.
I was glad to help.
Well, I appreciate it. Of course, you know you're welcome. Windows too.
Lovely. How close does that get me? Ooh, so close. Any items I can pick up? No. No, not really. Okay. And just as I'm about to save, the red storm is over. Lovely. Oh. Jane and Doggy.
Hey there. You look like someone who could use a dog.
Nah. I mean, it is really good luck to have Jane spawn if you're looking to get a settlement to 100% happiness. Also, before I forget, got chest piece, left arm. Just need the right leg. Okay, Raider leathers, road leathers. Leather, 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 loads of leather. Okay, this should be able to, yep. So I moved the pocketed from the left to the right. Then take that up to studded. And then it's important to reinforce the legs. So let's take this up to studded. But at least that gives us extra capacity. Give me that. Okay. I think that's it. Right. We do have another level. Level 6. So level 5 was Armorer. Iron Fist. I reckon... Now you might be thinking that this would be useless, right? But not quite. Yeah, let's do a full sleep here. Yeah, because there is one unique, consistent, legendary enemy that has a fist weapon. Or like a weapon that counts under Iron Fist. Okay. And that's a Swan. Now, this is sort of an unwritten rule about the challenge, that if I come across a legendary enemy, I have to like kill it. But that's not quite a proper rule because I am willing to not ignore a legendary enemy if they're he's over here. If they're like out of my league. Hey Uraka, welcome to the stream. How's things going for you today? So yeah, I'm just heading towards Trash Can Carla. There's nobody here, I hope. Okay. Playing some Life is Fuel. I have actually better put on this stuff. Red dress, militia hat. Hello.
Hey.
So what's your story? Looking to trade?
Just looking for love.
I'll tell you.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Here's what I...
Okay. Oh yeah. What do you think of that game though? Okay, that's weird. So life is feudal your own. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, so this is actually something that I haven't actually seen before. If you notice, on the right hand side there's R1 for invest. Now, I don't know if I have never seen this before, but what that's supposed to be is, with Cap Collector 3, you can invest caps into a shop and then they have more money to buy stuff with, essentially. But give me those. Okay. I've got these which I can sell, but not quite worth selling. $243. I probably don't want to be buying too much junk. So buying some healing items is probably the way to go. Plus stuff like that. There's some Nuka Quantum for some reason. Alright. I don't need any Nuka-Cola, but I'll keep the other ones. Should probably go back to scrap some of this stuff like this, because that's just going to weigh me down. Do have this. So that's going to be 2, 32, 42, 26. Close enough. All right.
We had a deal, Trudy. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't.
Okay, 175, 145. So if I take that, oh, it's only going to drop it by 2, not 3. So I should be able to carry stuff still with this. I'll take a booze and I'll take a day tripper because this is vaguely useful.
Looks like you got some trouble.
Help.
I'll talk to her.
Appreciate it.
Lovely.
Excuse me.
I saw you in that poison cellar talking.
Look, you owe them.
All right, I'll pay.
In need.
Hear that, Wolfgang?
Lovely, that was easy.
Money, but I better not catch you selling chems to my boy again.
Fine by me, Trudy. Your son's broke as shit anyhow.
All right, crisis is over. If you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
Okay.
Hello. We're open for business again. A little lighter in the pocket.
This is a weird counter you have.
How about you buy?
Sure.
Let's take a look.
A little bit of it.
Alright. Plenty of 38 bullets. That's nice. I think I just have this left to sell. But that's okay because there's also stuff I can buy. Also the Radaways. That stuff I can sell. Alright. Yes, this is one consistent legendary weapon that can be obtained. But the reason why I don't allow these types of weapons for the challenge is because most of the time I won't be able to afford them. And if I had a rule where I had to grind the caps to afford. Also, I don't have a for some reason, UncBot isn't actually working at all. But I will go over the challenge. So it's basically two different challenges being done at the same time. The first one is a challenge called Legendary Swapper. Basically, if I kill an enemy, and that enemy is a legendary enemy, whatever legendary item they have, I have to swap that item with whatever I have. So let's say, for example, I come across a legendary red roach somewhere, and it has a I don't know, like an instigating switchblade, for example. Then I have to immediately switch from this weapon that I have to that weapon, and I'm no longer allowed to use that weapon there shown at all. I don't have to drop it. I can continue carrying it with me so that I can, for example, remove modifications, sell the weapon, give it to a settler, but I can't use it anymore, personally. And the same thing goes with apparel like armor. And if I don't have any legendary item there, I can use anything else like this. Second challenge is that every time I level up, every perk point I get will be random. And that's based on a program that I've written to randomly generate the perks. Also, my special points are randomized. My when I got the special book, the perk that went to was randomized, and so on. And finally, this isn't a challenge in itself, but mainly a rule, sort of, just for just to reduce general frustration. It's that in the event that I level up and then I get killed from something, the perk that I randomly obtained still persists, so that when I level up again, the perk that I got previously is a perk that I get again. That just saves me from going through and saves me from going through and redoing things. Let's have a look in here. There's another Red X in there, so give it to this guy. In fact, I can buy some chems off him.
We get paid, and I don't even gotta shoot nobody.
I'll take a look. Sure.
You got needs?
Alright, give me some blood packs. They're actually pretty useful. And just the Red X to sell. Okay. I don't particularly need any other chems, so I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna head back to Red Rocket to scrap stuff and optimize my armor. Because the next thing I would do would be clearing out Corvega assembly plant. That would give me a fair bit of resources from the raiders and from the junk lying around. And so it's in my best interests to have as much reserve capacity as possible. And so to do that, I need to scrap all the items I need to scrap. The armor, the junk items, and so on. Alright. So we only have the armor to scrap there. Scrap those. That's actually pretty light for something made of bone. Normally bone weighs 1 weight per unit. Many junk items in this game are actually... Damn it, I forgot the pre-war money. Like that's even. But something like this gas canister, if I scrap this, the resources I get from it will be like, well that's 0.1, the steel is 0.2, so it'll be 0.7 rather than 3. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've heard you mention that. Just these things I go over as I do them in case either somebody else is watching or if somebody watches this when it's on YouTube. Come on, there we go. Missed anything? Actually, this item here is loaded with stuff. Pick up the glue. Acid. Don't want to re-scrap that oil thing. You. Okay. Alright. Let's see how many other things I can crank up to studded. So there's a chest piece, left leg, then the right leg. And that's it, okay. And I forgot to put on this. Lovely. Just casually wandering around the apocalypse, showing my bits. So now that I have that, and I've saved, let's check. Probably it's a good idea to store the stuff for the time being. Oh, I missed this chest piece. Just one leather, so I don't need to re-scrap, but I'll put everything in here because I'll be coming back here anyway. Don't need to save again after that. Right, off we go. So once I've cleared out Corvega, I do vaguely should probably buy more 10mm bullets. Like, it's probably doable enough with 147 bullets. But it'll be easier with some more. And then once I've done Corvega, what I do next will basically be determined by how much reserve I have.
I got a store to run here. You gonna buy?
Yes, after I've changed right in front of you, Trudy. What are you doing? No, I don't want to see your bits. No. Oh, fuck. And give me those as well. Okay. I suppose it isn't critical to have enormous amounts of ammo for this gun, because if I run out, because I haven't yet obtained a legendary weapon, I could, if I wanted to, switch this with some other weapon. So essentially in this challenge I can use no, I don't. In fact, I almost never play online games because I'm just not all that into them compared with games like this and other single player games. Alright, let's do that. Okay, we have both of those. Let's do a full sleep here. Yup. Alright, that's cool. I think I probably have enough time to do some of this area. So I go down here and I go over here. There's a secret entrance in this direction. It's also eats of food. Okay. It appears I have the HUD bug again. Basically, what's supposed to happen a lot of the time is that when you do certain things, a message will appear on the top left, but sometimes they never appear. Okay, I'll let... Whoops. I'm surprised that nobody heard that. Is there aluminium in here? There is. I'll take some other items over here before I continue. Okay, let's unlock this. Nearly got it. Back there. There we go. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We have one raider over here, two others that come walking across. Three, two, one.
What the hell was that?
I believe that will trigger the explosion. I want to wait. And there we go. Now I'm reasonably certain that only explodes once.
This is bullshit.
Also sounds like I got one of them. Okay, we have one raider over there.
What the fuck was that?
Who's there?
I think that's those guys.
Everything's starting to sound like footsteps these days.
I was wondering where he was. No, you don't. Huh, I guess I don't hear anything. I just heard that I don't hear anything, so I don't hear anything, I guess.
Nice.
Although that would be... It'd be a fairly interesting perk if that was a perk that was available.
Yes.
Like you have the power of suggestion. Like if you get into caution, you can say, I'm not here. And then they actually believe that you're not there because you said it. Come on, give me the cap. There we go. Alright.
One last haul, then I call the ruins.
Now I think... Oh yeah, there's a med box here. And... telephone. How much reserve do I have? Yeah, a fair amount. Looks like that explosion destroyed the light, which is good. Run away! Alright. I'm not hiding. Well, I guess he's not hiding. He said he's not hiding, so let's believe him. You idiot, that's what he wants us to think. perception. There we go. I almost think that for the previous character, the Flaming Chef, that welding goggles would be better suited for him than just any old glasses. Because, you know, if you're around heat a lot, you'd want the welding goggles. Alright.
You're mine now, rookie.
Let's see. Oh, that was actually really lucky. I do need to hide though in case they decide to use their Molotovs. While I can survive their bullets well enough, if they Molotov me, that's game over.
I know you're here.
I think somebody's standing right over there. Maybe not. Well, maybe they were, but they're walking back. Oh no. So normally that would have been very damaging, but... And what do you mean by anti-fire? Oh, anti-fire resistance. There is, technically, the Molotov cocktails do explosive damage and they do energy damage. Energy damage can be countered. Explosive damage can only be countered by a power armor modification. However, Molotovs do so much damage that the energy resistance that I have won't actually help. Nice. Okay, so we got the Raider that has a high view of the area. So that's very good for us. We just need to get into Eden again. Once that room is cleared, it'll be very simple to clear the rest of the place. Because then it's just a stairway up, and then if I'm lucky I can get a good shot on the head raider. Otherwise Come on, get into my line of sight.
When you turn up, you're dead.
No, I'm not. I guess going by that, I've changed my mind. Yeah. Gets them every time. Except this one. And every other one.
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you. You better run.
Ow. Nice. All my stuff is fine, so let's just take one of those and reload. But I think everybody that heard that was quite far away. Unless they're over there. Or over there. Oop. Well, I guess it won't. Do want to head in here in case there's a dude. There isn't a dude. That's good. That way leads you to some more raiders and to an exit. Nothing else in here. Got Gristle's key.
Sweet.
Lovely. Right, don't have anything else to get from that. Do I want to risk heading up here? Actually, I think this is relatively safe. Let's unlock this.
Got it.
Oh no, that's... okay. Yeah, let's not go that way then. What's this? That's just cigarette pack. Okay. Ah. Some goodies off you. Right. Ooh. Take that. But I probably don't need that much aluminium. Some, but not that much. Like, it is used somewhat in weapon modifications, which I would be doing a lot. Okay. Let's do a crit on the head. Ooh. That probably should have killed him. You know, because it was showing that it was going to take off his whole health bar. I reckon the reason why it didn't is like a weird effect in this game. Basically, a lot of the time, if you shoot somebody with a loud weapon from far away, even though it should count as a sneak attack because you were sneaking and they didn't notice you, I think it doesn't actually count. Oh yeah. Now if I wanted to, I could just leave. But I'm gonna try to get... Nah, I think it's time to quit while we're ahead. And the main reason why I'm like quitting while I'm ahead rather than continuing, because I could easily enough deal with everybody else there and pick up their resources. For one, it's not that important. You know, it is basically just stuff to sell. And maybe in the next stream I could come back and like do a round sweep of the area. But for today I'm gonna finish by saving the bed there so that I finish before I have to finish, if that makes any sense. Let's jump up here. Let's run for a bit. Don't think there's many ghouls over there, except for around Super Duper Mart, but other than that, we're hidden again. So it is quite a bit lighter out here. But let's wait until we're in hidden, so this doesn't bug out. There we go. Do a full sleep, and we're done. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining the stream, or watching the VOD if you're watching on YouTube. Let's see if there's anybody to host. Sure. Alright, so I'll see you all tomorrow.